Right. And we are live once again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another one of my live streams, and welcome to Sober Talk. Tonight's Sober Talk is kind of an interesting one. Had experienced something I hadn't experienced in a while, and because of it, I had to cancel yesterday's stream. Wife's orders, so it's one of those things that had to do what was necessary for Prince Magnum, and we'll talk a little bit about that today. It's definitely going to send a shockwave because a lot of you have been on my case to do this. A lot of you, quite a few of you. Several of you. Hey, what's going on, D'Lo? See you, buddy. I want to apologize for having to cancel yesterday's stream. I was not feeling well. We're going to talk a little bit about why I didn't feel well yesterday. Um, it's one of those things that um, I'm now tackling something that I have put off for way too long, way too long. Um, but regardless, it's good to see everyone tonight. We're going to get back. Well, it's one of those things that I was experiencing the withdrawals of. I'm trying to quit smoking. I'm trying to quit smoking. I smoke too much, and it's affecting a lot of stuff about me, an awful lot of stuff about me, and it's like I got to do something about this. And I know this. I've known for a while. I haven't completely put cigarettes down all the way. About the only time I really smoke is when I'm driving or when I'm at work. That's really about it. Other than that, when I'm home, I don't smoke. I don't smoke anymore. Um, I use my vape, but the body is rejecting that fact that I'm still using that I'm only primarily using the vape. Um, the last pack I had didn't last quite as long because it was pretty painful yesterday, and I'm like, okay, I need to kind of build myself back up and then try to keep at it. Um, but basically, it got to the point yesterday I was feeling so bad it was either I had a cigarette or it was probably going to do me in, as far as doing anything yesterday. So finally, I broke down, had a couple cigarettes yesterday, but I really did not want to touch much in the way of cigarettes. So I'm attempting something that I've been putting off for a while. It is hard. It is hard to really quit smoking. It's really difficult. It's one of those things that unless you live through it, you really don't know. Now, I had quit before, but unfortunately, I was dumb enough to pick it back up. And on two separate occasions, I quit before. And this time, it's like I've got no choice. I have to quit smoking. Um, Now, thankfully, the last time I quit smoking, I was still drinking and I struggled with that. This time it's not so bad. I've had enough time to get sober, so, you know, it, I've even attempted it a couple other times in sobriety, but I'll tell you right now, it's not easy. Hey, what's going on? Think different. Good to see you. You know, attempting to quit smoking is never, you know, hats off to anyone who's already done it. Myself, it's a bit of a challenge. I've been smoking pretty much consistently since I was 18, and here I am, 41. So it's one of those deals. No, but if it's worth it, you'll do it. How many times y'all heard me say that? If it's worth it, you'll do it. And so now that's why I didn't stream yesterday. So again, I apologize because it's one of those things that it's time, you know. So it's primarily been the vape, which I was really surprised talking about, while we're sitting here kind of waiting for the stream to fill up a little bit. Um, today we did over on in the eclipse. We were doing. Hey, what's going on, Ron? Again, I want to apologize to everyone again for not being able to stream yesterday. I was dealing with withdrawals from not smoking. I'm attempting to quit smoking. I'm not going to say I'm going to accomplish it, but I'm sure as hell going to try. And it's not easy. So I was in a bad way yesterday, and I felt horrible. And the wife said, "Look, you're not streaming today. You need to you need to put a post up. You're not streaming. You're not doing anything. You're going to stay in bed. And you're going to take care of you for a change." It was actually so bad I almost called out of work, and I have not called out of work in like 5 years. So, hey, what's going on, Raven? Good to see you. Good to see everybody tonight. So today, we're talking about the fact that, I actually experienced withdrawals for the first time in years. For all of you who know, it's been, over 14 and a half years since my last drink. We're creeping up on 15 years. And here, I've experienced withdrawals from not smoking. And it's like, oh, that's what that feels like again, and it reminded me. Well, other than just feeling crummy yesterday, I did not feel good. I did not feel good at all. I was in rough shape yesterday. Hey, Queen. Yeah, I was in bad shape yesterday. I couldn't, there was no way I was going to be able to. Oh, thank you, Ron. Appreciate that, buddy. Um, and Ron did something today that kind of surprised me. He, today was Throwback Thursday, and he grabbed a video that I had literally forgotten about. And it was kind of like where the Prince Magnum channel actually started, which there was a video before that, my original video, which is like 10 years old. But well, maybe not quite that old, but it's pretty old. Uh, it's probably like 8 years old now that I think about it. So it's an old video. Oh, you'll be in and out tonight? Okay. Yeah, I know Alley Cat's doing her, her, her stream because she just got monetized. She's earned it. She really earned it. I'm really proud of her. Which I'll give the numbers here in a few moments how close I am. Actually, we'll go ahead and do it now. Um, we know that I kind of bounce back and forth between 1.06 and 1.08K. We know I bounce back and forth between that. It'll go up, it'll go down, it'll, stay somewhere in the middle. It just fluctuates. That's just the nature of YouTube. But in my particular case, as far as the watch hours go, I'm actually sitting at a grand total of I'm sitting at a grand total of less than 300 hours to go. I think when I looked this morning, it was something like 296 hours to go is what I've got. So we're that close. We are ridiculously close to the point where it's like I could just taste it. I know I'm that close. So I'm getting excited. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what we're going to do as a big celebration. I know that I want to do something exciting. But I have no idea. It's one of those things. How do you, after, the channel, this channel being monetized at one time under YouTube's old rules, and then when the apocalypse began, my channel was one of the ones that got hit. And I was standing to make my first big paycheck. Yeah, yeah. What caused me to want to quit smoking? Okay. Well, a lot of reasons, a lot of reasons. Number one, at the forefront, um, literally, I'm just lighting money on fire, more or less. I'm just lighting money on fire. And I don't like that. You guys know how I run a DIY channel and it's expensive. So every last penny counts. And since we're not secure enough yet in the monetization category, we got to think about that. I got to think about that. Um, it's in a way, in a lot of ways, it's a business decision. But then there's other stuff going on. You all are familiar with the fact that that I do karaoke singing. As a matter of fact, I've actually been a semifinalist in a couple of karaoke contests. Do pretty good, which is not bad for a guy who's had a stroke, 10 years ago. I think I do all right. Well, I had to look at it from the standpoint that, for me, it was affecting, it was starting vapes right here. It's helping, but not enough. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. I was actually experiencing withdrawals from not smoking. And it got to the point yesterday that I had no choice. I had to break down and smoke. I had to have I had to grab my cigars. Now I still keep cigars on hand, just in case of a situation like yesterday. Um, and really, the only time I smoke is when I'm on my break at work or I'm in the car driving. That's really the only time I touch a cigar. Um, Other than that, it's the vape, because it's too much for me to quit all at once. It's too difficult. Um, and what I'm describing is actually okay. Let me explain. Back in the old days of Alcoholics Anonymous, um, some of us AA members used to actually keep alcohol on hand. So when we would get someone who was suffering severe withdrawals, you either fed them booze to bring them down slowly, or it could kill them. And a lot of hospitals wouldn't even touch them back then, let alone today. The hospitals barely touch them now, when you bring them in for alcoholic withdrawal. So in this particular case, by doing that, hey, what's going on, Papa Kronos? Well, welcome to the live stream. I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're doing well. Again, I want to apologize again because I was unable to stream yesterday because of withdrawals from not smoking regular tobacco. Um, I'm on the vape and trying to stop smoking. I need to quit smoking. Now I've been free of drugs and alcohol for almost 15 years, so I got to experience withdrawals for the first time. And I know a lot of you have been on to me about trying to quit smoking, but mainly it started to affect my singing voice. And for those that do not know, every year, we didn't get to do it this year for obvious reasons, but usually every year, Princess Faye and I will go out on our wedding anniversary, and I will get on stage. I will sing our wedding song. And for those that don't know, when Princess Faye and I got married at our wedding reception, I sang our wedding song. Oh no, Queen, there's others that actually harder on me than you. She's resting right now. She's got to work tonight. She had a couple days off, and we hung out with a friend yesterday. He kind of actually helped Princess Faye take care of me. So it took two people to take care of me yesterday. I was in such bad shape. It was actually bad enough I almost called out of work. And I actually told my store manager, I said, it's that bad. She's like, are you going to be okay? I said, I'm going to live. I said, but even though it feels like I want to die, she's like, that bad. That's bad. She's like, you, she said, we're proud of you for even if you don't succeed, we're proud of you for attempting. And I'm going to tell y'all right now that that is what this is. It's an attempt. I need to quit. Um, like I said, it's affecting my singing voice, to the point where I noticed with some care, that there were certain notes I could no longer hit, and it's like this is not good. This is not where I want to be. Um, it's important that I'm able to do the things that I do. As far as the channel goes, um, you're right there with me, huh? Yeah, Ron. It's one of those things. We have to quit at some point. The body just can't keep up that pace. Yes, third gen 83 rides my case harder than you. Third gen 83 rides my case a lot harder than you. And oh, thank you so much, D'Lo. Appreciate that. And as we get closer to monetization, yeah, that money will go back into the channel directly. Yes. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? I've been under the weather. I'm not gonna lie. Kevin. I'm experiencing withdrawals from not smoking. Um, it hit me all at once yesterday, and it's been a rough show. Okay, well, we'll be here. We'll be here for a while. It's been a rough show there, Kevin. So I'm experiencing the withdrawals of not smoking as much as I was. Most of the time, pretty much when I'm here at home, it's the vape, or when the only time I smoke is when I'm driving to work, coming home from work, or I'm on my lunch break at work. Pretty much that's it. Oh shoot, you're doing better than me, D'Lo. Last time I tried to quit smoking, um, right? Yeah, I know Kevin. You've been one that's I'd like to see you try to quit smoking. Well, here we are. D'Lo, you're doing better than me. The last time I went off the deep end from trying to quit smoking, I destroyed my apartment. I mean, overturned furniture was. I think I broke a table or something. I forget all what I destroyed. But I lost it. And when Princess Faye found me, I was sitting in a corner crying because of the pain. She's like, "Oh my God." She's like, "We don't need to try this anytime soon." So that was what happened the last time. And that was before we got married, actually, I think, if I remember correctly. So I'm not going to lie, it's not easy. And then I picked it back up because I was having problems with the vapes that I had at the time. And the Novo seems to work pretty well for me, but it's just not strong enough for a smoker of my caliber. Now, I'm not going to. That's right. All we can do is try. So, for the first time in many years, I experienced withdrawals. And it's very painful. I'm not gonna lie, it's very painful for this alcoholic. And even though it's been many years since I've drank, oh, thank goodness, Kevin. I'm glad you're getting better. And there was another thing that I noticed with some care. Someone brought this up, and I don't think they meant any harm. But the cinnamon live streams, the problem that we were having is because of my smoking, I couldn't get my voice soft enough to do this to do Cinnamon's voice. I sounded a little raspy when I did it, and it's like, well, that's just not going to work. I'm going to have to quit smoking, and that was one of the other things. Now, I will say that the last couple of what? Ooh, lost your voice. I hate that. I hate when I lose my voice. Um, now that I'm thinking about it, the last couple of Cinnamon live streams have not gone super well. It's gotten really dead in the chat, and unfortunately, that has had me, it's had some concerns for me. We're going to see how this Saturday goes. If the Cinnamon Live goes well, then I won't worry about it anymore. It's just a dry spell. But if it takes off like if it doesn't take off like it normally does, and that sort of thing, I'm gonna have to start taking a look at it because it may be getting to the point where cinnamon's just not may have to be shelved for a little while. It may be getting too much exposure, and that's not a good thing. Sometimes oversaturation of a certain product on a channel, and I know some of you with large channels will know what I'm talking about. When you do a certain thing so much, people don't pay attention to it as much. But on the other hand, we did run into where someone actually seen Cinnamon for the first time and immediately loved the character, loved what I was doing with it, and wants to see more. So we're going to see how Saturday goes. Um, and Today was my first day out at the Fredericktown location here in Missouri, obviously. And yeah, thank you so much, Kevin. So this is again, something that is something that I have to continue to work on. This is going to be a process. This is not going to be an overnight deal. Um, Now, sometime this weekend, we're going to try to get the recording of the next, cinnamon. Um, try not to laugh at cinnamon challenge. We're going to try to get as many of them done as quickly as possible. But what's going on, Sean? Good to see you, buddy. Uh, it's good to see you, man. Again, I want to apologize for not being able to stream yesterday. I mean, I was in no condition to stream. Withdrawals from quitting smoking, Sean. I'm trying to quit. Um, okay, okay. Well, all right, Dilo. We're gonna start filming, well, recording, I should say, because it's not actually on camera. But we're gonna start recording uh, as many of them as we can get done Saturday. Now, I would love to be in, on. I would love to do a run with you, D'Lo. It's a lot of fun, and as many people as possible, I'd like to get over and run with them. Mainly, all I do for crossplay is Fortnite, but eventually, I might consider getting into some other games. But for right now, it's just Fortnite, mainly because my computer can only handle so much. Oh, the honor would be all mine. Anytime anyone invites me over to their channel to run with them, I consider it an honor and a privilege. Well, I have quit before, but certain things might happen, and the next thing you know, where did this come from? And it's kind of like that. Um, so that's just kind of where it is. Now, right now, the big one is. The big one right now is, we're getting closer to monetization. And I want to thank Ron for actually digging up that old video of mine. I actually had forgotten about that video, and it is such an old video because I mean, I had a little bit of attitude back then. I mean, I still got attitude now here on the channel, but it was a different attitude. And it was all about setting the record straight. And then, I kind of mellowed out, because I mean, I was seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube that didn't make sense back then. So it definitely, when you look at that video, and because I hadn't looked at it in a long time, and the camera that we had was wretched. And a lot of those old videos, I mean, the information's good, but it was a totally different ball game back there. When you take how the videos were done back then to how they're done now, my videos, how they're done today, it's absolutely amazing how much the channel has grown. Even videos compared to last year to right now are just totally different videos. Um, Honestly, I mean, there's some hidden gems on my channel that even I have forgotten about. I'll give you an example of one of my. I hadn't thought about it in a while until I actually started looking through my playlist, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't looked at this video in forever. One of the videos I came across was "Surviving Romance: A Husband's Worst Nightmare," and I got at, and oh yeah, I bet that has been interesting. And honestly, those videos, those early videos before I started getting back into doing custom cars, that was actually during a time I stopped touching custom cars. 4 years I didn't build. And the irony of that is, initially the channel was going to be urban survival. If a natural disaster happens, or as we say, oh, the gaming content is. There is actually a couple of live streams where someone set me up on an emulator and I was playing some of the old NES, Sega Genesis, and Super NES games in live streams, and it was so much fun. So much fun. On this channel, we actually beat, of all the games we beat, Hey, what's going on, Grave Taker? Good to see you, buddy. Um, we actually beat Batman Return of the Joker for the NES on this channel last year. My old partner, Jammin' John. Um, he's he's got an interesting, I'm doing okay. Again, I want to apologize for not being able to stream yesterday. I was really under the weather because of trying to quit smoking, you know. You know what? There's nothing wrong with enjoying your hobbies. We all know that I love custom cars. That has been a hobby, but basically, I'm trying to turn my hobby into my full-time job, I guess you could say, getting into cars and everything. Right, there you go. There you go. Oh, custom cars has always been, somewhat a part of my life. Um, Alcoholism kind of took it away for a brief moment. And then, after my stroke, I didn't build for 4 years. And I hated the fact that I didn't build for 4 years. Um, I'm grateful that I can now. Um, I'm grateful that I'm still alive and well and that I can still turn those wrenches. And once Project Spirit gets home, the next stages of building, Project Lena are up. We've got to start taking a look at that car. And she's actually in a stage right now where a lot of people usually get these cars. They're falling into disrepair, which Project Lena, that's a good thing that I know it's going to sound weird for the purposes of the channel, kind of falling into that whole thing where the car is kind of in rough shape as far as mechanics go. This is perfect for the channel because there's a lot of you that want to get to know how, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Grave Taker. I appreciate that. So this will be an opportunity to kind of show that off. Wow, 20 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. 21. Here we go. Here we go. So this is exciting time for a lot of you to kind of see how that goes about. And again, sobriety gave me back my hobby. But if I continue to smoke, I'm not going to be able to enjoy that hobby. It Even as cheap as the smokes are that I get, it's still burning money. And Princess Faye and I had a long conversation about this. I said, I feel this is necessary. And, we're also talking about next year, around September of next year, that we're going to be moving away from Missouri and moving towards the West Coast. And I will be absolutely honest with you all. It is a decision that, I'm sick and tired of Missouri. I really am. I'm really sick and tired of Missouri. Missouri used to be a great state, but not so much anymore. Long gone are the days of John Ashcroft. He was a good governor. He's a horrible senator, and he's a really shitty person as a lobbyist. Um, and that's where I stand on that. you know, he has lost touch with his state, where he came from. Wow, we're all the way up to 31 likes. I swear to God, if we get anywhere above 60, I will cry because that would be a record for me. Let's go, right? As Ian and Raven would say, let's go. you know. Um, so I will tell you all that yesterday was a horrible experience, but it reminded me where I came from when it came to my alcoholism. Now, today I got the experience of going out to another store and working there. Again in a store. I'd worked there before for about 3 months during the rebuild of the location where I'm at now. They tore down the old store, built us a brand new one, and it was really nice. Going in there, I was like, wow, they actually built us something really nice, and it was amazing, gorgeous looking place. And I I will tell you all right now that, I went to this other location. I was brought in as kind of like a ringer, as they might say, a sporting term, brought in as a ringer. And I'm there to kind of help, bring the store back to life, I guess you could say. So today was a lot of spending time kind of looking at what I was going to be spending a lot of time on, and a lot of cleaning, and even did some power washing outside. That definitely needed it. Um, so I had to learn some, quirks about the building and about the people that work there now. There's some people that have been there, when I worked there like 3 years ago, and then there's some people that are brand new I've never met before. So that was a new experience, a different maintenance team out there than there used to be. And I used to be one of the members of their maintenance team out there during that 3 months I was there. So I got to relearn some of the equipment. I haven't touched that equipment in a while. So that was a new experience looking at the equipment that I used to work on and I couldn't remember it right away. Sucks getting old, doesn't it? So it was an exciting time for me to kind of relearn. I'm relearning a store. Um, and it was a new experience. I enjoyed it. And I know when I get the opportunity to spend a little bit of time with the new store manager, her and I are going to have a sit down and probably kind of start going over some of the stuff that I've seen where we kind of really need to focus the maintenance department. And these are just some of the benefits and the enjoyment that I get from sobriety that I'm trusted that much. And I told Carolyn, I said, I appreciate this opportunity and I won't let you down. Um, I said, I'll do my best to make you proud. And she said, I will. She said, I have full confidence in you. And the fact that she said that about me was just, it felt good. It felt good. And again, this is, we're back to that, the benefits of sobriety, the enjoyment that you get from getting sober, you know. So again, thank you all for being here today. I do appreciate it. So today is oh, wait a minute. I missed a comment. Grave Taker, you're working on some music mashups? That's awesome. Um, again, I love to hear what you guys are working on. Love to hear it. Right now, the big one right now, we're just waiting for Project Spirit to get home. We got to slap some new tags on her for her licensing, and then we're good for a little while. But then after that, one of the big ones, is we got to, you know, uh, start working on Project Lena. She needs a laundry list of things. The list just starts and it doesn't stop for a little while. The problems start at the front bumper and do not stop until you hit the back bumper. That's kind of where we're at. But this is again perfect. Uh, expect uh, closer to the end of the year because basically I'm going to be starting to work on content that's actually not due to come out until next year. Where some people treat their channels like it's TV seasons, I don't do that. I do it by year. That's just how I feel it's the best way to do it. And looking into this next year, I know there's going to be some lockdown time to kind of get rid of this pandemic or at least slow it down, stop the spread, which you're not really going to stop it. You're just going to slow it down. But I also know that with all of that kind of being said, one of the big ones is that I'm hoping to get the cars into back into car shows again next year. We were supposed to do one this year, but it did not happen. And that ticked me off because we showed up. They're like, oh, we already ended it. When did you end it? Oh, a couple hours ago. It was supposed to be on till 3. Well, no. I was very angry about that. And I said I would never do another car show for those people again. I said, you realize that I'm a content creator on YouTube. I'm here for the content. You actually hit my channel. Uh, and I was very angry about that. I said I wouldn't have bothered to rush out here if that would have been the case. But thankfully, there was a drag strip right next to us. And that's the day that we got the drag strip video footage. Hashtag the legendary moped man, as, as the guys would say it. So it was an awesome day. It still turned out to be an awesome day. I wasn't going to let that stop me. I was going to get my content. So, again, I'm still experiencing the, kind of rebuilding from, rebuilding myself back up from yesterday. I feel crummy today still, but not nearly as bad as I did yesterday. And today was a learning experience. I see some areas that need some work, and I see some areas where they're doing just fine. And I think when I have the opportunity to sit down with Carolyn, I think she'll be glad to hear the good news. Um, so as we're looking into the weekend and getting excited about, continuing the content and continuing what y'all want to see, um, I will also say that there sometime between now and next week, there's going to be a big video that I'm going to be working on. Uh, I won't go into a whole lot of details, but it is going to be surviving romance. Ron, if you're still watching, cooking video. It's going to be there's going to be cooking in it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Top shelf stuff, man. You're going to love it. Like we're gonna go way over the top, like just huge. You're gonna love it. Promise. Promise. Ron's a professional chef himself and absolutely an amazing guy. And my comments are not moving. And okay, so it's just staying still. Everyone's just listening. Okay, I can dig it. Um, so that's just kind of where we're at. A big video. I imagine it's probably going to be close to almost an hour long for a romance video. There's also going to be a running gag in there that I've occasionally thrown around on the channel. Um, so it's going to be. I was explaining a little bit to Princess Faye, but I still want to keep it a kind of a surprise for her, and I think you guys are going to get a big kick out of it. Um, you know, it's just one of those exciting things. I'm excited about this. I'm really, really excited, about the changes that are happening for myself and sobriety, monetization. We're on the move. We're on the move for all the right reasons. Um, and I have all of you to thank for it. Really, I have all of you to thank for it. It's going to be an exciting time. Um, I'm just despite the withdrawals yesterday from not smoking, nicotine withdrawals, I'll be straight up honest with you. I'm excited about this too. I want my voice. I want my singing voice. My singing voice is important to me. And when I get up on stage, it's got to be important, hopefully, to you guys too, to provide that content. Now, also expect that I actually have some video footage from last year to be released soon. So you guys will actually get to see, for those of you who are fairly new to the channel, you'll get to see some of the stuff that was supposed to be released last year. And uh, like a kebab episode that I had thought I had lost the video footage to, and it still exists. So it's good stuff. And we stopped at 36 likes. Wow. That's a lot of likes. So far, I do not see any comments, and I'm worried that the comments are just not moving. No, no, they're just right there. Grand total of, well, it says three of you. There may be more. YouTube's kind of broken like that. Um, so, along with trying to stay sober, it's now time to try to quit smoking. Um, and I got to give sober man a holler and tell him that this is an attempt. Um, and eventually, I'd like to get to where I'm not even using these. I would like to get to that point, but we're not there yet. Give it time. Give it time. Because if I remember correctly, when I talked to a few people, I actually had a cardiologist explain. Really not a huge fan of you using the e-cigarettes, but I would rather you use the e-cigarette rather than smoking. I would rather you do that. He said, if that helps you not smoke, then by all means, please use that instead. So that's kind of the plan. So again, we're making that attempt. And I want to thank all of you for continuing to support me in this decision. I know when Third Gen 83 hears the news, he's going to be excited. I know Queen Bee has been excited. Alley Cat, several of you have been excited about this. Um, Again, we're getting close to monetization. I'm really excited about that. We're staying on the go, trying to do all the right things. But as I'm attempting to quit smoking, just expect at certain points I may not be feeling good and I won't be able to stream. So I apologize in advance now. But I think a lot of you will understand that. I think all of you will understand that. Actually, I know you all understand that. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here for me, continuing to support me in the cause of trying to do the right thing. Mm, dang it. Out of soda, which normally I drink coffee. Kind of an unusual stream for you guys. Um, if all goes well, we're going to get back on the bicycle project this weekend. We might try to film that. I also got to start pulling some video footage because some challenges have to be issued. That's another story for another time. So again, we're attempting, this whole thing of trying to quit smoking, and then we're also um, oh, thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that. Now I see someone putting something in the chat. There we go. I can live with that. Um, so the plan right now is that we're going to stay pretty busy this weekend, try to get as much done as we can. Um, and hopefully, if all goes well, I'll have enough content that I can kind of take a little bit of time away. I definitely want something big for next week, well, for next Monday, a big a big premiere video. That is kind of the plan. Oh, hey Queen, I'm still here using the vape. Cinnamon let me borrow her vape. um, one of the things there. Yeah, yeah. I know for me, I need to okay, I'm gonna give you guys an inside track. Um, some of you all, since kind of going through the old content here on the channel, some of you have come across some of those old hidden gems, like the top 10 people that you would see at a car show. Hey, Lewis, good to see you. Again, I want to apologize for not being able to stream yesterday. Like I said, I was feeling under the weather because I wasn't smoking. And because I'm not smoking as, nearly as much. I'm down. If you were to ask me how many I'm smoking a day, oh, thank you so much. Brings me, wow, that's a lot of likes. Thank you so much, Lewis. I appreciate that. I'm down to where I'm only smoking about 5 to 6 cigarettes a day, which by the time I get to, anymore, I'm not even completely finishing that cigarette. Well, Kevin, you're a good friend and we appreciate you. I know I appreciate everything you do. It's people like you that are getting me close to those numbers that I need. And I appreciate that. You know, it is it's amazing how many of you have pulled together to watch this channel. And we did the stream where, well, we did the premiere video where I'd kind of I shout out the members of the Eclipse, and at the same time I also kind of gave myself a little bragging rights. Again, the Prince Magnum channel is the first channel, the first YouTube channel, the first one in Twitch, whatever. Oh, an unboxing? Now I got to get over there and check that out, Lewis. Thank you for telling me about that. If you're in blue, drop the link to your unboxing yesterday. Drop the link. so we can get over there and check her out. Yes, indeedy. Um, while I'm thinking about it, Kevin, we could probably use you as a member of the Eclipse. If you're interested, Ron, somewhere in the background, holler. We could use you. We definitely could use you. Kevin's got, an amazing channel. He puts out these short little videos that really, basically, in just a few moments, he can say so much. There you go. Brand new tablet. There you go. I'm not so much an electronics guy. You figure I probably would be, but yes. There you go, Lewis. Thank you. Thank you. Now we can get over there and check out that unboxing. I will tell you all right now that, as this channel continues to grow, we are the first content, I'm the first content creator in the world to do both custom cars and romance as its main platform. I mean, we do a lot of other stuff, but as far as its main platform, custom cars and romance, we're the first. And in all of that, our main message is a message of hope. The irony, you know. So we're the first to do custom cars and romance together. And there's actually a video that kind of explains how that comes together, how you could build a project car to encompass that. Oh, your old tablet broke. I had a tablet and it was a big giant turd. Um, and I won't get that brand again. Yeah, I've had bad luck with tablets. Which I might try to get a different one because it's one of those things. It's nice to have one on hand, like a tablet and that I can work off of, but I had nothing but problems. Oh, you know about computers? I know how to edit on a computer and I've gotten really good at it. Um, like the last one that I did, there was one person that kinda was a little grumpy about it, and I can understand their point of view, but it's one of those things, every once in a while, a channel needs to have its bragging rights, and that's what that was. It was like, "Hey, you know, I'm doing I'm doing what it is that I do best," and I wanted to show that and kind of solidify the fact that I'm a part of an illustrious content creator support group, and I wanted to show that that they didn't make a bad choice by bringing me in, and that sort of thing. And at the same time, I wanted to shout out the fact that they're a good group. So if I'm sitting, but then again, that's kind of almost a redundant thing if you think about it in a nutshell. Because if I'm sitting there saying, they didn't make a bad choice by bringing me in, obviously they have to be good. So it's kind of a redundant thing to say that, but it was worth mentioning, sort of thing. Sometimes, even though it's redundant, actually the best way I could say that is if it's you know if it's you know, um, if it's dumb but it works, it isn't dumb. Really, that's the easiest way I could put it. You know. Oh, Amazon Fire Tablet. I think I had one by RCA, and it was an absolute turd. Hey, what's going on, Simon? Welcome to the live. Thank you for being here. Again, I want to apologize about yesterday. I was in bad shape, trying to quit smoking, and I experienced withdrawals for the first time in years. It was horrible. When I quit smoking, well, I'm sorry, when I quit drinking, when I became a member of AA, I experienced withdrawals for 6 months, off and on for 6 months. Now, as time went on, they got easier to deal with, but initially they were extremely painful. And yesterday I was in a bad way. So today I feel a lot better, but I don't feel that much better. I guess you could say, somewhere, I feel better, but it's like I still feel pretty crummy, sort of thing. So that's why I'm like, you know. Got done with karate. I am doing all right. I mean, like I said, I had a good day today. It was a wonderful experience today. And I'm grateful that I'm sober. But at the same time, I realize some of the challenges that are ahead of me in the undertaking that I've taken at my job, and I'm proud to be given this opportunity to take on this challenge. But at the same time, I'm also I almost feel a little overwhelmed because at the same time I'm trying to quit smoking. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. I was experiencing nicotine withdrawals. So I was in rough shape yesterday, but it's time. It's time. Um, so again, I want to thank you all for continuing to support me. And for those that do not know, February 7th this coming year will be 15 years since my last drink or drug. It's time, that we start preparing for that moment. Um, you know, I don't know what we're going to do that day, but I know we're going to celebrate it and probably go live that night and celebrate another year of continuous sobriety. How exciting is that to be able to bring in, hey, it's another year sober for me. And I know all of you will join me and celebrate that special moment. There you go. There you go. All right, Lewis. Thank you for kind of giving us a heads up, but definitely we want to get over there and support that and you know, and help you continue growing your channel. That's what it's all about. As content creators, we all got to stick together the best we can. However, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. You guys hear me say that a lot. But I'm a typical Generation Xer, and it's all about the business aspect of life. Making that money. That's what we were taught. That was actually what we were taught, how to be entrepreneurs. And so that's one of the things that I continually push is, be an entrepreneur, go out there and make your own way, and I started talking about how the one person was kind of upset about and they were legit. They were legit in their gripe. But I was also legit in, what I did. And I said, you got to understand, there's many things I do support. It's not just small businesses. I support local business. Supporting local business to me is good. Support your local police department. Support your fire department. Your EMS. Show support to the local farmers, people who do crafts at your farmers market, things like that. Support them. Um, Support the home businesses. But at the same time, support charity in your local town. Support local politics. Get involved. Get involved in your community. Stay active in your community. If there's one thing that you guys hopefully at day's end pick up from the Prince Magnum channel is we stay as active as we can in the local community, and I'm all about that. At the same time, I support sobriety, honesty, romance. There's so many good avenues that we try to support, but it all ties into the fact that we're just trying to send that message of hope. DIY is a great way to build character. It's a great way to build self-esteem. And even if it goes sideways, you learned what not to do, and there's no such thing as failure if you try. Um, these are things that we support. But at the same time, sobriety, there's so many avenues there that, to be, that connect into exactly what I talked about, trying to be that good person, to be a positive influence where you live. A famous cartoonist during the Second World War said, the battlefront is where you're at. That's the most important place on the battlefield. Um, and in the battlefield of life, where you're at is where it is important, you know. So we try to encourage everyone to do the right thing, and Tonight we're saying that, sobriety is where it's at, that's where it's at. And, I've had more fun in sobriety than I ever could have had drunk. I've had a lot of fun in sobriety, and the ride's not over yet. It's only just begun. We're coming up on 15 years and it's still only just begun. Ooh, I might consider doing that. We have to get a new grill. That's an interesting story in itself, but we need to get a new grill. Um, but just kind of expect that since I found some old videos, I'm probably going to go ahead and get those edited out and, get those out to you guys so I can get them cleared off. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's that's quite an old, yeah, those old videos. We had to do a face reveal, a complete face reveal a little while back, a couple years ago. And the reason why we did the face reveal is because it was getting dangerous for some of the stuff that I was working on, not having my eyeglasses on. I have horrible eyesight and a serious you know um you know almost like a double vision. Right. I've been wanting to do I've been wanting to do a steak episode for a little while, do ribeye steaks. But I haven't done that yet. I really should do it. I need to do it. I think there's right now there's talk about me doing a new, kind of an updated pot roast episode with the way that I do things today, and I think you guys would really get a kick out of it. Hmm. And I know Ron would get a kick out of the pot roast episode. If Ron, if you're in the background, I've got ideas carrying us well into next year, and a lot of it's on the romance side. You're gonna love it, and the romance side of it all is where the cooking happens. A lot of times, cooking for your sweetheart, nothing like it. It's a wonderful experience. If you guys have sweethearts and you've never ever had that experience of cooking for them, try it. It's so much fun. To see the look on their face when you present them with a plate of food and things like that. It's so wonderful. But we're going to add in some neat twist to the updated pot roast episode. Yes, indeed. It's going to be exciting. Going to be big stuff coming up. Oh, bull crap, Kevin. I've seen some of the stuff that some of the stuff that you talk about in here. I'm telling you, man, you're a hell of a cook. So we're getting ready to kind of bring it in. Again, I'm still experiencing the withdrawals from nicotine, but it is time. It is absolutely time that this stop. I've got to quit smoking. I have to quit. It's affecting my singing voice. It's affecting a lot of things, but above all, um, you know, I'm tired of just spending the money on it. Enough's enough. I'm literally just lighting money on fire at that point. So that's where I stand on it. So there may be days where I may not be able to stream, but what it boils down to is dear old Prince Magnum has no choice but to quit because it's not good for him. That's where we're at. So I'm gonna have to apply a lot of stuff that I used when I first got sober to this. So it is. I do need to go take care of my blood sugar. Got to take care of me. So, and I know y'all will appreciate that. It's like, yeah, you go take care of you, man. So I want to again thank you all for being here to continue to support me and help build me up and everything. You guys are amazing. Every last one of you, you are amazing. You guys are fantastic, wonderful people that continue to support me in this trek we know as sobriety. Oh, Sean, thank you for being here for me. You're an amazing guy. You guys are awesome, every one of you. And I'm going to say it right now again. If you had any, if you wondered at any point if you were worth anything, you know, you're worth something to me because you're here today helping me stay sober. I am still a selfish alcoholic. Even though I'm in recovery, I'm still very selfish. I need every last member of Alcoholics Anonymous to continue to help me stay sober, but at the same time, I need all of you as well. So if you wondered if you were worth anything, you're helping me save my life today. So that means that you too are important. You are special for who you are. So as we continue to carry on in this journey we know as sobriety, I want to thank you all for being here with me for yet another 24 hours. So that brings us to a good stopping point. Normally in streams, I let out a certain way, but here in Sober Talk, I let out in a way that is special for Sober Talk. And it goes like this. At day's end, I hope all of you need me as much as I need you. And if nobody has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.